Good morning, wherever you are. I am Deb with Deb Lev Art, and today I wanted to kind of share how I'm feeling and show you a little bit about my art. I actually woke up feeling really off today after a really busy and really good day yesterday. I realized that some of my triggers and some old feelings of grief and loss were starting to kind of approach me in the middle of the night, actually, and maybe even before I went to bed. And so I am feeling a little off. I thought, what are some things I can do to kind of get out of it? And my plan was to share this piece of art today, and I think it's just really fitting because I'm feeling some of those emotions that I put into this piece of art. I also have a poem that I had written with it that is a little more in depth, and I'll read that as well. I'll share that as well. And I think grief and loss and the shadow self, they sometimes go hand in hand. And sometimes we think we're just done. Like we move through it. I've moved through my grief of losing someone, and then another sort of soul being that I still visit. And it can be amazing and very painful at the same time. And then your mind just starts to wander and get you back into a place where you feel a little low. And that's, I think, what has happened with me in the last day, basically. And I'm kind of here to share that, I've learned that it's okay to go through it again and again. And I come out the other side. You go through that darkness to come out, and you see that little spotlight, and you just keep moving towards it. And I had been feeling really good since the start of the year. I'm a teacher, and I had a couple of weeks off from my school teaching work, and just having that time to just create and kind of rediscover like my passion and what direction I'm going, what multiple directions I'm moving into. And so today I just wanted to show you a little piece of art that I made several months ago, and it is about grief and shadow work and moving through that like dark night of the soul that comes up to be released over and over again and never truly leaves. I think it can always be triggered or brought up in some way, but we just move through it. I think the key is to just keep moving and feel it and continue on with life, and knowing that you'll see that light at the end of the tunnel. At least for me, that's how I approach it, how it works for me. So this is my piece. You can see the scorpion kind of coming through. That's the original image that I started with. And I do add rose petals. I love these little roses from Trader Joe's, and I just kind of dry them out and use them in my pieces. I do notice that they can get a little brown, so I'm wondering if I should, highlight them and paint them a little bit better. And I do include roses. They're a huge symbol for me in my artwork. meaning strength and courage. And I use these dark colors, which is really out of my character. I'm a very like bright colored person. But in these journals, I feel like when I just kind of brain dump and reveal my, what I'm feeling in my soul, this is when, I really like to use some of these darker, deep colors. I even find myself wearing black a little bit more lately, and drawn to it, buying more things that are black. It just feels really good. But on these roses too, I included one that kind of pops out. I watched the Unexpected Gypsy, and I noticed that she has all these little strings and pieces that come out, and it's like this movable piece and like some secret writing. And I really like that idea, just to kind of keep some things a little bit more for yourself. But I kind of wanted to share, I'm going to turn this around so you can see the scorpion, and maybe zoom in a little bit so you can see the scorpion. So I started off with an image and then did some writing, and some of the writing, I feel like you go into the self to heal, and it all falls apart to be healed again. And in my life, things have fallen apart so I can move through them and heal. And it happens all the time. I feel like it's a never ending game of life, right? You're always working through something. Something's going to move through you or not fit, and you move through that. And it takes courage and self-awareness. And I find myself, I always tell myself, listen to the guidance and retreat into yourself so you can dive in for to come up with what's coming up, and then heal that. Protection. And the scorpion is a symbol for transformation. They shed skin and layers. And so it's a good representation for, what we deal with when there's grief and loss, and just kind of working through it. I also put pain, if it is inevitable, it's always there. And it just depends when that's going to come out and, show itself again. And so I kept having this, these words come up for me, and it was, and again, again, and again. And it felt at the time that it was just never ending, and I could never really get through. It just keeps coming up. The pain is here again. It never ends, and again. And that's life. We work through all kinds of pain, and we're here to learn and grow. And I feel like this really embodies what I go through when things come up all the time for me, or every so often at least. And so I rely on the rose as a symbol for strength and courage to work through. It's my symbol to just keep working through, and through where the rose grows out of the ground comes this beautiful flower, and this is just bright and bold. And I feel like that's an extension of how I feel, my personality, that really shows through when I get through that difficult phase. So I took the image of the scorpion from my art journal entry, and I'm creating some illustrations in Procreate along with surface pattern designs. And I created a poem to go with this after the art journal entry, and I just wanted to read it here. And it's titled, And Again. And again, again and again, it never ends. Between me and myself, which one will bend? And again, again and again. It all falls apart to be healed in time. The path always through, the choice always mine. And again, again and again. Into the storm, like a friend most reliable. For me, it always comes, my fate undeniable. And again, again and again. Into the self, the shadow, the unseen. An inevitable confrontation within the pain, data I must glean. And again, again and again. Escape is futile, resistance will delay. Let this scorpion guide transform. Have faith, trust, she will lead the way. And again, again and again. My roots, they run deep within the earth. The soil holds me in sickbay until I'm ready for rebirth. And again and again. Up from the ground, roses, red and stunning, they save me from myself, courage, strength, ready for my homecoming. And again and again. I meet myself, a version new and true, for the former me, gratitude through and through. And again and again. Gold in my heart, the shield I put down, but the scorpion calls, subtle whispers, another round. And again and again. Into the storm, it never ends. Me or myself, which one will bend? I begin again and again and again. So as you can see, pain and just working on the shadow self, that grief that comes up every so often, is a big part of my art journaling. Sometimes I have other journal entries that are very uplifting as well. And of course, I'd love to share those in the future too. But I feel like art journaling is just like this brain dump. I keep saying it. And whatever I'm feeling, I just put down on the page, and it takes a lot of vulnerability, I think, to do art journaling and be able to share that as well, because it is sometimes deeply personal. And there's things I can share, feel comfortable sharing, and other things I save for myself. And I think that's perfectly normal and natural. And some things are, can be repetitive because I'm working through them over and over again. But it is very cathartic. I love just having zero expectation, even starting with just a simple image or a simple idea and just seeing where it takes me, and just having no plan. With my other art in surface pattern design and illustration and watercolor, for me, it's best to have a plan going in and maybe working a little less intuitively. I mean, I still work very intuitively, but for art journaling, it's just about emotion and expressing myself. And so I'm excited to kind of take you on this journey with me.